Hello friends and welcome back to another video where today we will be going through all the latest rumours, spoilers, scoops and leaks for The Lord of the Rings of Power Season 2. Make sure to like and subscribe and join our Discord with a link being on screen right now and in the top line of the description. But without further ado, let's get right into it. In at number 10, we have the revelation that Navi is a character featured in the Rings of Power Season 2. For those of you that don't know, Navi was a skilled dwarf craftsman who lived during the Second Age of Middle-earth. He's most famously known for being one of the creators of the West Gate of Khazad-dûm, also referred to as the Doors of Durin. The Doors of Durin were a detailed and formidable entrance to the underground realm of Khazad-dûm, also called Moria. Navi and his companion Celebrimbor and Elven Smith, as we saw in the Rings of Power, worked together actually in the lore to craft the doors. Navi engraved the famous inscription on the doors in the dwarvish language of Khuzdul, while Celebrimbor crafted the beautiful elvish design surrounding the inscription made by Navi. It will be interesting to see if we get to see this relationship between the two characters in the second season. In at number 9, we have scoops not from us but by Twitter account Daily Rings of Power, who did shed some light on the Numenor storyline and more interestingly some new advisors we are getting for Miriel and Pharazôn. This clearly indicates that we are going to see the beginnings of the fracturing of tensions within Numenor between the faithful and the Kingsmen, which would inevitably lead to the downfall of Numenor. To further strengthen this, we got a scene description which shows Eärien, who is Elendil's daughter and of course Isildur's brother, marching into the throne room, and of course for the family dynamics in the Elendil family, how would this play out, because she is clearly more likely on the side of the Kingsmen, where the rest of her family are on the side of the faithful. Maybe this push further towards the Kingsmen has happened due to her thinking that Isildur has been lost back in Middle-earth, where we probably know that isn't going to be the case and he does survive. In at number 8, we have some interesting orc scoops. Firstly, that Adar will be getting a new right-hand orc general called Laz, who will probably help him with leading the orc armies during the 2-episode battles. Also, we learned that Galadriel will be facing off against a berserker orc, which is said to be massive. Maybe she might not be able to defeat this foe. We also learnt a funny scoop between Elrond, Adar and a working trebuchet, which hopefully means one of them, the hopefully not Elrond, will be sent over the castle walls. Whilst talking about the orcs, these pictures have also surfaced recently of this maybe crew member who will blur for obvious reasons, dancing or like hanging out with these orcs, and we believe this is for the Rings of Power Season 2, and also putting on screen this orc picture that we revealed a few months ago as well, so it does look like the orcs are being quite menacing. Next up at number 7, we have Halbrand aka Sauron giving speeches to men in human villages. This raises some interesting questions, mainly because does this indicate that he is keeping up with his Kings of Men and Southlanders king persona, and these people don't know he's Sauron, so he is basically manipulating them? Or are these men that he will corrupt at the old Numenorian colonies to turn against the elves during his second uprising after the defeat of the Battle of the Gwafla and the War of the Elves and Sarawan, and of course due to time compression this is brought closer together. We shall see. Nearly halfway there, in at number 6, we have the different characters and actors on the battle sets at Shottersbrook Park. First up, we have of course Morfydd Clark as Galadriel, and by what we saw of her character from season 1, we know that she will definitely be where the action and battles are. Next up, we have Robert Adamayo as Elrond, which is an exciting prospect, as now we might see more of the warrior aspect and leadership characteristics from him, something not really explored in season 1. However, something that is also very intriguing is that Benjamin Walker, who plays Gil-galad, will also be at these battles, and we didn't get to see very much of him in season 1, so let's hope this changes. As mentioned before, Adar is also there, but interestingly, so is this new elven character who is going to be a part of the charge, played by Selena Lowe. She's potentially playing the character called Merdania. Halfway there, in at number 5, we have the short appearance and cameo of Shelob. Shelob is of course a monstrous creature known as the Giant Spider and plays a prominent role in Frodo and Sam's journey to Mount Doom in The Lord of the Rings. And here of course in season 1 we saw the growth and explosion of Mount Doom, aka Adun. Shelob dwells in the dark and treacherous tunnels of Cirith, a pass of course in the mountains of Mordor, a place you might see her again in the Rings of Power. She's a descendant of Ungoliant, an ancient and evil spider-like creature. Shelob is characterized by her enormous size, venomous stinger, and ability to spin webs. At number 4, we have the location of Palagi in the second season. Palagi is a place that was mentioned in episode 7 of season 1 and will be a location now that we will be visiting in season 2. Palagi is a city and port located in the southern regions of Gondor. It is situated at the mouth of the great river Anduin and was originally founded by the Númenóreans during their colonization before later settling in Middle-earth permanently. It served as one of the major strongholds and naval bases of Númenor and later became a vital city of Gondor in the Third Age. Interestingly, we also learned that soldiers will be sailing to the docks and to Palagi in episode 8. The question is, which soldiers? Next up in at number 3 we have the prominence of Amelia Kenworthy's character. We revealed that she has had chemistry tests with both Charlie Vickers, who plays Sarawan, and Sam Hazeldine, who is replacing former Adar actor Joseph Marley. This has sparked interest into her character. Is she a romantic link with either of these two baddies? Or is she the human form of Shelob, like we saw in the Shadow of War games? Is she an evil elf? Or one of them Morikwendi like Adar? Time will tell. In at number 2, we have Galadriel getting captured by Adar. This was another big plot point that got people discussing, mainly for how long of the season will Galadriel be captured. How did she get captured in the first place? Maybe the berserker orc she faces from one of the earliest scoops might defeat her, and that results in her capture. Of course, she would need to be rescued, so this plot point might be an important factor, maybe in the middle episodes, and freeing Galadriel being a driving narrative point. Finally, in at number 1, we have the fact that there are 2 primary Sauron forms, the Halbrand form and then the original Sauron form. There has been talk of 3 Sauron forms or actors, and there might be many forms of Sauron due to his shape-shifting, but at the base level there is 2 primarily tangible solely Sauron figures/forms. A Sauron form that is said to be described as angelic and beautiful in his design with a black and gold costume colour palette and long black hair. But how will these forms interact with each other? It has been revealed that the original form Sauron will probably be more prevalent in the later episodes of season 2. Also, could this original form be the Sauron form that Adar faced when Halbrand referenced it in their confrontation here, as Adar didn't know who the Halbrand form of Sauron was, but probably who the original form Sauron was. We also learnt that Halbrand has spent a lot of his time on the Mordor sets and also had a fiery and ashy look, so maybe he is more focused on creating one ring in particular. We shall see. Thank you guys for watching, we really appreciate it. If there are any scoops or things you missed or you would like us to discuss in future videos, then please let us know. Make sure to join our Discord and like and subscribe. But until the next video my friends, goodbye.